Hey, Facebook Live in the house.
Hello.
Kate and I are driving back right now from the beautiful Lake Arrowhead. We just finished an amazing business consultation and training that we love doing that, don't we, babe?
It was amazing. So much fun.
Yeah, we love it. When we, by the way, if you're joining us now, comment where you're joining from and share one big thing that you learned this week. If you're joining right now, share where you're joining from and one thing that you learned this week, and go ahead and send us some hearts and thumbs up and love comments. Alright, so on this video we're going to share with you a couple of the biggest takeaways that we get paid really good money to go into businesses to help CEOs and to help structure their business from doing good to going to doing great. So if you're just joining us, hey Kate, hey, thanks for joining us, Kate Cutler. Appreciate your hearts and your thumbs up. Hey, there you are. So we're going to share with you the top 3 things that we help companies start to think about, start to implement, and immediately start to get better results. These are 3 keys that are simple, but they're powerful, and here they go. So we just had a really fun drive, didn't we, coming down the mountain?
Oh my word.
She'll be coming down the mountain when she comes.
It's some serious turns and maneuvering, and Bella's an amazing driver.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, tell them. You can tell them.
I definitely don't like going around curves and mountains a whole lot, which is kind of funny because living in Honduras, I would ride in these big buses going around all kinds of curves, but it struck me a little more intensely today, so there were a few times I had to scream, tell Mel to slow down.
That's my favorite part.
And
That's when I start going faster.
And then he laughs really hard too, which pissed me off. Anyways, we made it through, and we're having fun. Anyways, okay, do your 3 tips.
Here we go. So, tip number one is that oftentimes an organization can get off track, and they do. There's a lot of things going on in an organization, a lot of things to focus on, a lot of different avenues to go, and we'll oftentimes see the entrepreneurs going one way, the business partners going the other way, the employees are going every way, and there's very little focus. So the mission, the purpose, the vision gets lost because, look, you're in your business, and when you're in your business, you can only see one tree at a time, and you don't have that 30,000 square foot view, and you may have had it, but then it gets lost. So getting back on focus is a priority. What I like to call that is outcomes, becoming more outcome based. So thinking about the tasks that you're doing and what kind of outcome are they producing. Are you focusing too much on the production side of your business and not enough on the selling side? Are you diversifying your marketing too much and you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5 different strategies and none of them are paying off because you can't invest in all of those as heavily as one that's actually working? So discovering your outcomes out in every way. So outcomes for your business, outcomes for the employees, outcomes for your family, and for how the business is serving you. Oftentimes we're the ones serving our business year after year after year after year, and we look back and we're like, holy shit, like I've just been a slave to my business. And that's not life. That's not the way life is supposed to be, in my opinion. I believe entrepreneurs should be able to take a month, 2 months, 3 months off, a year off if they want. But that's never going to happen if you're a slave to your business. So the opposite has to be true then, where you have to figure out how to set your business up to where it serves you. And the only way that can happen is by first getting very clear on your outcomes for your business. What do you have to say about that, mate? Did you want to share something?
No, not yet.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. So that's number one. Figuring out, like, whether it's your daily outcomes and figuring out what your priorities are. Oftentimes, entrepreneurs, we love focusing on what's comfortable to us. And what's comfortable to us is not the very thing that's making money. And so when you look at your daily outcomes and you look at your bank account, they're going to be a direct reflection of are your outcomes based on MMA? MMA. Write that down, babe. MMA. Or comment, MMA. MMA stands for money-making activities. Oftentimes those get drowned out by our own thoughts and limiting beliefs and our own negative emotions, and we twirl down this spiral. At one point we're doing really well, then we get comfortable, complacent, we start coming down the mountain. And that hurts because we're hitting rocks. We're hitting rocks, and those rocks are hitting us in the head all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And that hurts. No one should have to do that. The thing is you might have to do that a few times if you don't have a coach, if you don't go to workshops, if you don't go to seminars, if you don't have the education that's actually going to make the difference. And these are all things that we teach at our Entrepreneur Revolution event, which the last one is happening. And we're going to have over 100 entrepreneurs there. Every single entrepreneur has to apply to attend. We'll really make sure it's a good fit. And so November 4, 5, 6 in Irvine at the Marriott. Go to entrerevolution.com. Why don't you type that in also?
I will do that.
And we're going to have just an amazing community of entrepreneurs who finally get it. Because you're either going up the mountain, you're stuck on the mountain, or you're tumbling down the mountain. Those are the three phases you're in. And if you're climbing up the mountain, the Entrepreneur Revolution is going to help you climb it better. We're going to give you better tools, better mindset, better skill sets, better strategies. If you're stuck on the mountain and you're like, hey, like I made it to a certain point, but I'm kind of like stuck. I don't want to be stuck. I want to be unstuck. I want to keep climbing. We'll help you get unstuck. And oftentimes that's a mindset shift. That's shifting your limiting beliefs, your negative emotions, creating a foreseeable future for yourself so you consistently stay motivated. That's going to be key. And if you are tumbling down the mountain, do not wait. You need to run. Go to entrerevolution.com, apply, because the bleeding has to stop. If it doesn't stop, it's just going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Lucas DeYoung in the house. What up? How are you, bud? So thanks for joining in. So if you're going down the mountain in your business, stop the bleeding. Come to the Entrepreneur Revolution. Let us help you with some bandages. You're oftentimes the number one thing I see in business owners that are coming down the mountain is that they stopped focusing on sales and marketing, and they're stuck in production, and they're doing things that just don't work, and they just need some help. So we're here for that. So number one, outcomes. Number two, when we just got back from our consulting client, which was just we love it, honestly, like we love doing that. Just seeing a group of people that are invested in the business that are just awesome. Brian Allison in the house. So the second major thing that we shared that instantly gets everybody aligned in a company is identifying the core values of the company. What does the company believe in? What the entrepreneurs and the people who started the company want is oftentimes different than what the employees want. And when there's that just discrepancy, lack of cohesiveness, that's why I have you around. She comes up with the big words. When there's lack of cohesiveness, what ends up happening is that the organization breaks apart. And there's multiple stages to the growth of an organization, the synergy of an organization, and being able to communicate and overcome challenges within the organization. All of that is supported by the core values of the organization. If the entrepreneur knows what they believe in, but they actually never communicate it to their employees, then the employees just don't know. They go back to their own thinking. So core values, whether it's 5 of them, 8 of them, 10 of them, it's going to be really important to get everybody on the same page to realize what's important in the company. Then everyone can move forward in a very motivated and passionate way because they know what to believe. believe. So I would highly recommend, if you're watching this video, check out Zappos. Check out Zappos core values. Check out our friend's company, Human Health Food Snacks. I think that's health. What is this company? What's Sean Kelly's company called?
Human.
Yeah, Human. Check out Human, and they have some great core values. Google Human and their core values. Awesome. And what happens is everything starts to come together based on those core values. Crucial. So that's 2. 3. The third one is, in my opinion, the most important thing that can be trained, and the most important thing that can be cultivated, and the most important thing to be made aware of is open and effective communication within the organization. What that means is that whenever there's a conflict or a misunderstanding, one person had a certain picture in their head, the other person had another picture in their head, and they were not aligned. They weren't the same picture. Oftentimes, whether it's in a relationship, a business relationship, a personal relationship, any type of relationship, there's arguments that happen, conflict that happens because there's a mismatch of values. Those values, we interpret them as images in our brain. That's called an internal representation, an IR, in NLP. And therefore, when those pictures get mismatched, arguments happen, disagreements happen, negative emotions come up. So it's important to take nothing personally, because really, it's not personal. You're living in your own reality, somebody else is living in their own reality, and it's up to you to have 100% cause, 100% responsibility in the words that are coming out of your mouth. When that happens, you're able to communicate way more effectively, and you're able to ask clarifying questions to really understand, what does that person mean? Do they mean what I think they mean? And get down to the bottom of it and actually solve problems. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, the number one thing, what your job is to solve problems. That's it. You are a problem solver. You're in a position to be a big picture thinker and a problem solver. Focus on those things. Do better in your business. Go out there. Set up your life the way you want it. But you first have to be consciously aware and set outcomes so you just do better. I hope this helped. Take care. We got a little bit of traffic ahead of us, so I got to get back to driving the car. Wish you guys all the best. Thank you always for joining in and following along, and hopefully you got some good tips from this. Go to the Entrepreneur Revolution. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to meet you in person. It's a 2-day, actually this one in November is going to be a special 3-day event. EntreRevolution.com. Apply right now. It'll sell out, and you'll be very, very stoked that you did. It'll be an amazing investment for sure. Thanks for your hearts. Thanks for your thumbs up. Peace.